shot
right.
by Buddha. Facebook gaming
Keith
in the
Thomas.
building.
Into the end zone.
The second
Five
asked,
Nation, stand up.
don't hurt me, Buddha, but would you trade Big Jeff on draft night? So let's start here. What draft pick, Keith? I'm going to ask you. You can get in the booth too, Keith, if the dogs ain't chasing after your mail truck right now. What do you think we would get back from Big... Chat, y'all could chime in and help him phone a friend right now. What do you think we would get for Big Jeff on draft night if we traded him? Yeah, Keith got the dog biscuits so they don't bite him, but we're talking Cujo. Cujo has a taste for blood. He don't really have a taste for dog biscuits. He said a second, a third, and a fifth. Well, first and foremost, we're not getting a second, a third, and a fifth for Jeffery Simmons. Jeffery Simmons is my guy. One of the greatest all-time Titans, but he's not getting a second, a third, and a fifth. Realistically, what do you think the trade value is of trading Jeffery Simmons? One of the premier interior linemen in the NFL. Younger, under contract. I'll say a third and a late round pick. All right. Now, you know how our roster is constructed. Keith Comedy 2 Times will be upset if I put it on the screen, but I think this is a fitting time to put it on the screen. Let's do it. All right, so if we trade Big Jeff, that means Tavondre Sweat and Keandre Coburn are our two interior linemen. So my question to you, sir, is we would have to spend that third round pick trying to get a D tackle that's going to start. He said, like I said, I wouldn't trade him. It was a question out there if you were the Titans GM. I don't even think that's a legitimate question, though. Like, now let's say the Titans would have gotten, I don't know, pick one of the D tackles that was on the market earlier off season. Then that would have been a situation where I'll be like, do we have the depth at it? But that's one of the places that, you know, we finally got some depth at, and Tavondre Sweat and Jeffery Simmons playing next to each other. Year 2 for Tavondre should be really, really exciting with Keandre Coburn backing them up. And Sebastian Joseph Day probably going to play inside a little bit more this year because we'll have a little bit more help on edge after the draft. My question to answer that question is, why is the Titans fan base, and this is really my question, why is the Titans fan base so hell-bent on trading their stars because we haven't won as of late? Like, we got to be about one of the only teams that, like, when we're not doing good on the win-loss column, our first thought is, like, let's trade our best player even if they're young. We was hell-bent on trading A.J. Brown. We was hell-bent on getting rid of Derrick Henry. And we was hell-bent on, now it seems as if when you look on Twitter, the Titan fan base is hell-bent on getting rid of Jeffery Simmons. The Tennessee Titans defense was ranked number 1 for like the first 11 to 12 weeks of the season. You should get Snead back healthy. Jarvis Brownlee Jr. is going to play the 2. McCreary should get the start in his natural position in the slot. You got Xavier Woods and Amani Hooker back deep, with Barton coming in to be the green dot, with the veteran additions with Draymond Jones and Lorenzo Carter and some few people that they're going to run. Arden Key at edge, and then see who we pick at edge. Young linebackers that's going to step in and play. Gray that we drafted last year should be healthy this year, and some more moves to be made with a lot of money free and cap. I just don't understand this logic of, like, let's trade Jeffery Simmons and then burn one of our early round draft picks to try to replace him. Like, that hasn't worked for the Titans. Like, when has it worked for the Titans to take a bona fide star, trade him, and we're gonna like? How did AJ Brown, Traylon Burks work out? Like, ever since we got Derrick Henry, they was always trying to replace him, and they never was able to do it. Like, specifically through the draft, they haven't been able to replace stars. You know what I'm saying? Like, AJ Brown had more production himself than our entire receiving core after we traded him, just by himself. So, like, you take Jeffrey Simmons out the middle. Tavondre Sweat is not a 3-down player. Like, we don't have a 3rd-round pick, and the whole fan base is wanting to either pick a star receiver or leverage that 2nd-round pick to get a third. I just don't see the excitement about wanting to get rid of your franchise player on defense. Like, he's the only name. Him and Hook is the only names on defense that we've had because Snead been hurt. They love rebuilding. Like, hey, we're finally gonna get our franchise quarterback. Let's just break up the defense. Like, that's been the Tennessee Titans MO. Hey, we only have one good thing on our offense. We can't score 30 points in 2 or 3 years, but we can run the ball. We got a young quarterback and a bad offensive line. Let's get rid of Derrick Henry so our quarterback will die the next season. And that's exactly what happened last year. I mean, like, personally, I just think it's just my opinion. I think the Titans need to stop trying to trade good contracts on good players. You know, it's some people that, like, will sometimes say, like, well, Jeffrey Simmons should be doing, like, what more could he have done with an offense that can't score points other than be a defense that goes out and stonewalls people? Because, I mean, the Titans defense was, like, holding their own the first half of the season. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, then the games where people are like, he should have been doing more this game. Like, okay, if you get double team blocked on the interior and teams dare our linebackers to come up and make tackles, i.e. the Colts game, like, what else do you expect from Jeff? That's just my own personal opinion. I just don't think our franchise has ever been good at replacing. So without having a 3rd-round pick, you know what you're taking at 1. Now, I say this. Let's he's one of the most double team players, even going back to the time when Aaron Donald was playing. All right, let's play devil's advocate though. Let's say the Titans would have traded back from 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 with the Browns or the Giants. Now, let's say they traded back, and let's say they traded back to 3. Like, this was something that happened, and they wind up getting Shador. And then they traded, but in trading back, maybe they picked up like a 2nd, a 1st, a future pick, a 3rd-round pick. Like, let's say they had picked up like a cachet of picks. I ain't talking Khalil Mack 3 first-rounders or nothing like that, but let's say like a first next year, a 1st this year, a 2nd and a 3rd, and like a late round, like a 7th or something. If they did something like that and they traded back and then they drafted Shador and they was like going to trade up and get old boy from Michigan or something, and they was going to clear some cap and then get another 2nd round back from Jeff, and then take that 2nd with a 35 pick and then pick like Emeka Egbuka and then take Landon Jackson or something. Like, if they was finna do something crazy like that, then I could see it, but none of us trust that the Tennessee Titans could pull off something like that. Like, none of us believe the Titans could pull a move like that. That would be like Texans getting C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson back to back. Unless they did something like that, I don't see the Tennessee Titans having that type of swag to do something like that. So no, I don't trust that they could. Like, I don't think the best interior lineman in this draft will be Jeffrey Simmons caliber. So no. Now, if it was like the Eagles and you was getting rid of Fletcher Cox and Vernon Hargraves and getting Jalen Carter and whatchamacallit, like, that's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you got a 300-pound man running a 4.7 or 4.8 in the 40. Like, that's different. But the Tennessee Titans ain't got that kind of moves. You said Mason Graham gonna be a monster. There's no guarantee he gonna be Jeff Simmons though. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a difference between being a starting caliber player and being a multiple time All Pro. Like it's no guarantee that in the next 5 years that Mason Graham gonna be like a 3 or 4 time All Pro. It's just not no guarantee of that. So I'm saying when you got somebody like that, a fan favorite, a leader in your locker room who go to the podium and say, "Hey man, people ain't pulling their weight. Hey man, it seems like some people in here don't care. We need to get guys." Like if you got a vocal leader in your locker room with a young team, like you don't just trade that for a second round pick. You know what I'm saying? Like with nothing out there that guarantees that you can replace it. I don't think the Titans got enough sauce to make those moves. And the last 2 times we've traded our start, like to go back to the initial question, do I think the Titans should trade Jeffery Simmons on draft night to get a second round pick? The last 2 times we did it hasn't worked. They was dying to get rid of Derrick Henry. They said he had nothing in the tank. Almost 2,000 yards last season. You go to A.J. Brown. They wanted to replace him with Traylon Burks. A.J. Brown has more Super Bowl appearances than Traylon Burks has touchdowns. So, like, that we're not good at doing that. Let's just stick to not messing up this first overall pick and being able to leverage this second round pick to get a third, because we don't have a third round pick.